You've designed a masterpiece. On your screen, it's perfect. Bold, vibrant, balanced. Uh, but then you print it and it looks like a faded memory. Or you export for web and it takes 3 years to load. Today, we fix that. Let's make sure your exports looks as good out there as they do in layout.
Exporting isn't just clicking Save As, it's the final handoff between design and reality. Get it wrong and your blue prints purple, your black turns gray, and your client thinks their screen is haunted. Affinity Layout gives you full control, but that also means it's easy to mess up. So let's go step by step and make you the kind of designer printer actually like. Start with File, Export, and Export. And this window pops open. Choose PDF, and here compatibility, choose PDF X1A 2003. Sadly, Affinity doesn't have 2001. That makes files much smaller, but 2003 is next best thing. Now let's fine tune it. First, rasterize. Here you can leave it unsupported properties. This leaves your vectors crispy, so leave it like it is in default. Now let's scroll down. Here you can see include bleed, because our design is going to print house, and if it goes to print house we need bleed. Here you can see include printer marks. Well, that depends. Does your print house want them or not? So usually where I live they don't want them, so I don't check it. But if you need them, you can check it here, and whatever printer marks you need, you can check them or uncheck them. Usually I don't need them, so I unchecked all. And here you can see subset fonts. Tick this so fonts don't substitute weirdly. Now let's scroll up, and under color space be sure that it's CMYK, and under ICC profile choose which profile you need. Like I said, print houses here usually want the foreground 39, but you should choose whichever profile your print house wants. If you don't know, just ask them. Those profiles tell the printer how to interpret colors correctly. And if you're done, click export and save your file name clearly. Usually what I do is I put the company name first, so who ordered the file. Then I put in the measurements. I know this is A4. You can put A4, but I usually do precise numbers. Then the measurements are in millimeters. And then last but not least, how big is my bleed? 3, and save. Printers love clear labeling almost as much as they love coffee. Let's quickly dodge some disasters. Low-res images. So be sure that your images are always 300 dpi. Unless you are doing it to newspaper, then your dpi can be a little bit lower. RGB colors. Convert everything to CMYK before exporting. Missing bleed. Add it in document setup. So where is it? Document setup up here on the left corner. Click on document setup and scroll down. You can see your margins here and bleed, and be sure you have your bleed here. It's usually 3 to 5 millimeters. And last, thin hairlines. A minimum stroke width is usually 0.25 points. Anything thinner might vanish. And don't trust your screen. What you see isn't what you'll print. Calibrate your monitor, or at least preview in soft proof mode. Go to Pixel, new adjustment layer, and soft proof. Click on it, and here choose your printer profile to simulate real output. Now let's go to digital. Let's choose File, Export, Export. This one's all about small file size and screen quality. You can choose PDF digital small size or PDF digital high quality. Let's choose small size. Under color space, let's leave it RGB. And ICC profile, if you need anything else, you have quite many options here, but usually sRGB IEC 61966 2.1 is okay. It's the universal standard of screens. You can downsample image here. Let's put it 199, and we can thick this allow JPEG compression. This usually equals high JPEG, balances quality and speed. Then if we have checked bleed and printer marks, then you should uncheck them, because screens doesn't need bleed or crop marks. Then here you can include hyperlinks and bookmarks if you need them. And if you're done, click export and give it a proper name and save. Affinity Layout can export to a buffet of formats. So you have your JPEG, PNG, GIF, TIFF, SVG, HDR, so basically whatever you need. JPEG is good for single page previews. PNGs keep transparency, great for digital posts. TIFF are high-res print graphics, SVGs for web icons and vector graphics, and EPUB for digital books. To keep color accuracy, make sure your color profile is right for each export. RGB for screen, CMYK for anything with ink. If you export a lot, the same things with the same settings, you can make an export preset. Let me show you how. So first, let's choose PDF X1A 2003. Then let's do like this. This is right. Color space MUC, ICC profile foreground. Oh, sorry, wrong. That one. Then let's include bleed, and subset font is already checked. And here there's this little arrow here. Click on it and create preset. Give it a name and click OK. I will not do it right now because we have already done it in earlier videos, but this is how you make a preset for something that you need every time you export. And you can make many different presets. If you're doing lots of A4s, you can do it for A4s, for banners, for web banners, whatever you need. And if you need it more than one, I suggest you do the preset. And before sending any file, always check three things. That your file opens correctly and no missing fonts or errors. Colors look consistent. You can check it on other screen if you have one, and size makes sense. If the file is very big, that's suggests that something might be wrong. It might not, but it might. So if you have this very small A5 size file and it's like 2 or 3 gigabytes, then there's some error usually somewhere. And if it's for client, zip it with the proper name and include small readme explaining what's inside. Professional and polite.
You now export like someone who reads printer specs for fun. Next up, we'll dive into grids, alignments, and composition, how to balance every element like a design ninja. So hit subscribe so you don't miss it, and remember, export settings don't make you boring, they make you professional.